This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Fundraising for future broadcasters. We'll check out this event and some of its big-name guests next. Welcome one and all to another day of local news and information. I'm Ken Kerr, and thank you for watching us in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and in SD on Channel 13. And subscribe to the SSPTV YouTube channel to stream all of your favorite local shows like the Doctors of Coordinated Health. Now your headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. One person was injured and there's a person of interest in custody after an early morning shooting incident in Hazleton. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, police are investigating a drug-related shooting which left one person injured. Officers responded near a home on North Wyoming Street between Magnolia and Hawley Streets around 5 this morning. Police Chief Jerry Speziale says that one person of interest was in custody and that the investigation into what happened is continuing. A major fundraising event was held last night for a nonprofit organization dedicated to educating and training the broadcast and media leaders of tomorrow. And a man who is successful in radio, television, and writing was the featured speaker. Brian Kilmeade is a co-host of Fox and Friends, seen every morning on Fox News, and the host of The Brian Kilmeade Show on Fox Radio. He addressed the sellout crowd at the Bold Gold Broadcast and Media Foundation event last night at Mohegan Sun Pocono. Kilmeade also took the opportunity to sign copies of his new book, Andrew Jackson and the Miracle of New Orleans. Also addressing the audience was Nick Adams, the founder of the Foundation for Liberty and American Greatness, also known as FLAG. Our Lisa Sugart had the chance to talk with Kilmeade, Adams, and Vince Benedetto, the president and CEO of Bold Gold Media.
A lot of people drove a long way to be a part of a great organization. It's part of giving back, and to see how well this is run is really indicative of how well the foundation's run, the way it's come off. And it's a great place for other people not only to do something for a good cause, but also network with other very successful people in their own right.
This is for young future broadcasters, so obviously you want to see more of people like Brian Kilmeade.
Well, no. I'm a little
sure we
scared.
do.
I'm really scared of the next generation because they're so talented. I even see what they're doing on YouTube and Facebook. It took me 5 years to be that comfortable on camera, but I do think for the next generation there's going to be tons of opportunity. It's going to be non-traditional, where you and I would have to go through small markets up to big markets. Now I think there's an opportunity for people to work in big markets right away, and especially if they're well-read and have a point of view. I think there's definitely openings for people in their 20s and 30s to get their POV out there.
FLAG is the Foundation for Liberty and American Greatness, Lisa, as you correctly point out. FLAG is all about two things: promoting patriotism and teaching civics in elementary, middle and public high schools all across this country. And in the 1 year since we last spoke, a lot's happened. We produced the world's first kid-friendly constitution in conjunction with interns from the late Justice Antonin Scalia's office. We produced the world's first Declaration of Independence, and those resources have been an absolute rocket ship for us. We now have those resources in the hands of more than 200,000 students and teachers in every single one of the 50 states.
Well, our main goal is to, help young people that want to get into news and talk broadcast formats. They're very hard formats. They're not as easy as a lot of the other media formats. They take a lot of not just savvy behind the camera or on the microphone, but you really have to know your stuff. You have to know history. You have to know philosophy. You have to know things. So making a good broadcast program isn't just about the technique of broadcasting. You have to be armed with the knowledge of what you're talking about. And so in the news and talk formats, we're trying to make sure that we're helping to build programs and bring young people that are interested in learning history, learning American history, learning world history, and be able to bring that knowledge in so that they can lead the discussion, exercising maximally their freedom of speech rights, but contributing to the conversation from a basis of knowledge, not just throwing out random facts or misinformation, but speaking from an authority figure based on their background. And so, that's kind of why we've teamed up with Hillsdale College. There's a school that emphasizes American liberal arts education, and it seems like the perfect match if you're going to learn those types of things. From Aristotle to Abraham Lincoln. Those are the kind kind of people we want being news people in the future. So that's really what we're working for.
The event also featured the presentation of the 2018 Atlas Award for Citizenship to Davis R. Chant of Davis R. Chant Realtors. You can listen to Brian Kilmeade mornings from 9 till noon on Bold Gold radio station 94.3, The Talker. A company in Wright Township is expanding on semiconductor in the Crestwood Industrial Park will increase production, and that will bring 70 new jobs to the area. The jobs are the result of a $51 million investment to expand the high-tech facility that manufactures semiconductor devices used in power management applications. The Phoenix-based company acquired Fairchild Semiconductor in 2016. State Representative Jared Mullery called the expansion great news, saying it means the addition of high-paying jobs in Luzerne County. And tonight, more helpful tips on sprucing up outside your home. Here's our Janine Lassant.
Well, rain, go away. It is summer here in northeastern Pennsylvania, but we've been getting a lot of rain, and that could affect outside and how you are preparing your landscaping. We're here with Lauren Sacco, and she's with Vito's Lawn Care and Landscaping, and she's here each and every week to give us some tips on what we can do, either to hire someone to do the work or also, to do some of that work ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So today we're going to go over actually what you're looking to have done here at your property. In the front of your house, as you could see in the photos, along the left side of your porch, we are going to remove all the weeds and edge your beds. We're going to transplant some of those nice bushes and shrubs that you have out there. And once you see the mulch and the different things you wanted laid out, we'll make sure that they go back in the place once you see that fit. More going down the side, you have 3 small, what were those little plants that you had?
You're asking me names of plants. I love that.
I can't remember. I'm in the back of my head. Those 3 are coming out.
Okay.
You didn't want them, so they're going.
Right.
They're being removed. So you'll be able to see the transformation before and after of that. When you go along the right side of your home, you have a large tree that you wanted removed. So we're going to actually dig that out, bring in a backhoe to dig that out, and there's going to be fresh topsoil laid down to promote grass growth.
Now, if you're one who likes to go outside and maintain what you have, you might need other things like pulling the weeds and, but I said low maintenance. I don't want any trees that I have to go out there and cut. I'm running with 2 kids. I don't need to do this maintenance of outside. And, I take care of these suckers, these plants and the flowers. So that's just enough for me. That's what I can maintain. So that's something you talk about.
Yes, we have a lot of clients, older clients actually, that have condensed and they're in a smaller space. And they're working with a homeowners association that takes care of all the outside. But still right outside their door, they'll get big giant flower pots that we could go and color coordinate with your porch and with your furniture.
Okay.
And you can pick what type of flowers or what type of tall grasses you want in there. Something that's pretty much easy that they can just come out and water, say 3 to 4 times a week. Sunshine is solved because it's sitting on the porch. So the plants and the flowers really take care of themselves for them out there.
When you look at a property, and I know when you came to my house, I was talking about, look at the space, and I can't visualize like you can visualize the property. When we come back next week, I want to talk about what are the steps you take to help the client visualize what the front of their property can look like. So stay with us each and every week here on SSPTV News.
Thank you, Janine and Lauren. And a reminder that our SSP TV programming is available tonight and every Wednesday from 6:30 until 8 p.m. on our high-definition channel 513. And you can also catch a rebroadcast of SSP TV News tonight at 8 p.m. on both channels, Channel 13 and HD 513. Coming up, Dave Seaman and I will talk about our favorite interviews from this past fall sports high school season, and then we'll have more interesting information about BrainWorks, a very interesting local business that works with our real personal computer, the brain. This is SSP TV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We're back here at BrainWorks, and we're learning about relatively new technology, especially to this market in the greater Hazleton area, with Angela Tersch. She's the owner of BrainWorks with a Z, and we're exercising the brain. Right?
We are. We're exercising our brain with neurofeedback.
All right, and just give us a recap of what we've been discussing over the past, I should say, several weeks here on SSPTV News.
So some of the training symptoms that we train are addiction, anxiety, depression, migraines, fibromyalgia. The list goes on and on of the things that you can train the brain for.
Concentration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to have a diagnosis.
Okay. And we have a client with us today.
Yeah, Basil Stetz is here with us today.
Okay, and he was with us last week, and he's a great model here today. We have the system working, and there were 2 parts of the brain that you were working on, just to reiterate what parts those are.
So we're working on his frontal lobes, and we're working on particularly brain waves alpha and theta.
Okay, and you've been coming for a couple weeks now, right, Basil? How does it make you feel?
It feels calmer and feels settled.
You feel settled, okay. And what are some of the games that you like to play here while you're getting worked on?
Puzzle.
The puzzle. All right, and if you're just tuning in, the puzzle is just one way that can activate the brain, as exercising the brain in the way that you pretty much want it to, based on, you're the trainer of the brain.
Right, right. Well, they do all the work. It's,
okay.
we can call it weightlifting for the brain, 20 sessions in one meditation,
Okay.
and you have the ability to listen to music and just relax. I do some eye closed exercises as well, and play games, and in particular, he loves jazz music. It's great. So he, in addition, plays jazz music while we're doing the neurofeedback.
Okay. You work your patients around their schedule.
Yes.
And where are you located, and how do people get a hold of you?
Okay, so brainworkshazelton@gmail.com. I can also be reached on my business line, 570-401-2116. And check out my Facebook page, Brainworks by Angela.
All right. Come check out Elevate here in Greater Hazelton.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
I'm going to stand-up paddleboard down Main Street in Cunningham tonight. The rain is going to keep coming. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, 70% chance of showers, a possible thunderstorm. Some could be heavy storms, heavy rain at times. 1 to 2 inches of rainfall is possible, with a low of 66 degrees. And then on Thursday, we have a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Again, it might be some heavy rain. We'll have a high of 80 degrees. Thursday night, it clears up, mostly clear, low of 63 degrees. Friday is sunny with a high in the mid-80s. Friday night, mostly clear, low of 65 degrees. Saturday, we're getting up near 90 with sunny skies. At night, mostly clear, low of 69 degrees. Sunday, we hit 91. Sunny skies. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low of 71 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. For daily hours, call 570-455-5362. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton, and like us on Facebook.
It's not too late to enroll your kids in summer camp at the Hazelton YWCA. Joanne Gabriel is the Y's school age director.
So we have a summer camp program here at the Hazelton YWCA that is for children who have completed kindergarten through 6th grade. It starts as early as 7 a.m. and goes as late as 5:30 p.m. And it's a program where the kids have access to a lot of rooms, as we say, or areas here at RY, because we have a gymnasium, we have swimming pools, we have rooms that have interactive gaming equipment and a rock climbing wall, along with a lot of outdoor activities, field trips, guest speakers, and it's something for the kids to have fun while they're not being in school.
And for more details, stop by the Y on North Church Street in Hazelton, give them a call or visit their website today. Go to our lottery numbers now before we hit a break on SSPTV News. Pick 296, pick 3 numbers 683, pick 4 9670, pick 5 10996. Wild number is 7. It's Dave Day in sports. We'll be right back.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
We have kind of a flashback episode of Dave Day today as we remember some of our favorite local interviews with athletes from this past high school sports season. I'll see you after this. Dave, I want to talk about some of the characters from this past season. We get to interview some athletes every year, a lot of athletes every year, and it's always a joy. Some of them, it's just so much fun sometimes when you talk with the athletes, and you get to know them a little bit more. I wanted to talk about kind of what you remembered from this year. I'll start with me, though, Dave. I remember sitting down, I did an in-depth interview with Tina Caparel, state champion in cross country, also a silver medal in track. And Dave, she told me about her passion for animals, how she wants to be a veterinarian, and she had a really funny story about how she started running at these little races near Philadelphia. She was very young, and her dad actually had to stand near the finish line and encourage her to run to him. And I was like, Tina, were they competitive? And she was like, oh yeah, I won $3. I won that race. You know, you got $3 and a ribbon. So a champion since she was little. And then when I talked with Jolie Grula, Hazelton Area High School basketball, Dave, and also track and field star, I found out his musical talent and about how he knows how to play a didgeridoo. So you get to know these athletes a little bit more. They're very interesting people. Anything stick out for you this year?
Yeah, I think when I got an opportunity to meet the tennis team last year, the girls' tennis team, they're on their way to winning their first sub-regional title, getting to play in the state tournament, and Stephanie Mazurek and Lily Nowak, Sophia Lawson, they were all great people, Adriana Bowman too. I mean, they're just great people. I mean, they were just fun to be around, and you know, I got to spend a few weekday afternoons in Kirby Park and watching them play, you know, in all kinds of weather too. I mean, it started with a real hot day when Lily Nowak won a match against a girl from North Pocono to get her team into the district finals as a team for the first time, and the match just went on and on and on, and you could see Lily getting frustrated and get sweating. It was a really hot day for an October match, but she pulled through that, and she was just a very matter of fact, and you know, she said how tired she was after the match, but she put her heart, soul into that match for her teammates' sake, and you know, for her sake, and they went on to win, and it's just something you remember, because that's what sports is all about.
So the 2018 Hazelton Area Sports Hall of Fame class was announced. Check it out in the Standard Speaker. A few names, Dave, that definitely pop out: Nate Eachus, Josh Heck, great backs for the Hazelton Area High School. I wanted to talk about Ryan Nensteel. Dave, I played against him in the CYO. We graduated same year. In that range, at least 97 in grade school. Now, he played for St. Joe's. I went to Holy Spirit Academy. That was a big rivalry, and he obviously is one of the best players in the league, Dave, and I remember being terrified going up against him. I mean, I'm still the same height I was in 6th grade. He was a tall, talented player, and then this happened. We ended up on the same all-star team, and he made everybody feel so comfortable on that team. Even the less talented players like me, he calmed us all down. And actually, my only bucket in that entire game came from an assist from Ryan Nensteel. So that's just how I remember him. Great team player. I mean, that one time I got to interact with him, he will be honored. And he passed away, if I'm correct as well. So he'll be honored. His brother was honored last year.
Yeah, Ryan was an outstanding basketball player, not only at the CYO level, but he went on to Weatherly High School, helped lead that team to a district championship back in the early 2000s, and a sensational player. Went on to the college level, can pull up from anywhere and hit shots, and like you said, he grew to be about 6'5", and like I said, pull up from beyond half court, and it was within his range, and unfortunately he passed away much too young, and he's going to be remembered this year. I'm sure his brother will have something to say about him too, because the two were very close, and their late father too, who was very instrumental in their development as basketball players too. Had a lot of conversations with Bob Sr. A great family, great young men too. I know his brother Bob's turned out to a great young man. I know Ryan was too, and unfortunately passed too young for us.
And Dave, some other people I noticed, your daughter, Jillian Seaman, will be inducted, and she has an interesting story if you read the first article that just mentions the Hall of Fame, going from track standout and now doing national weightlifting competition. So her story, very interesting. And you mentioned John D'Agostino, Sr., who gets credit in the article for helping mold the Hazelton Area High School softball program, very successful. And you said his son is going in as well?
Yeah, I mean, I go back with Dag a long time. He was my history teacher as a junior in high school, and always interesting too, talking about world cultures. That's what I had a class for. But he always had time after class to talk sports, and I always found him very interesting. After that, I got to know him a little bit. I played a little bit of softball in the area, and he was an umpire, and I worked at the softball complex up in Drifton, and he was always around too, so I got to know him a little bit. And then as I became a sports writer, him bringing in his game results from the Hazelton and then Hazelton area softball teams, everything well thought out, just typical him, all spelled out. And he was always good for a ribbon too. He was always a guy that you could exchange jabs with, a fun guy to be around. And same thing with his son too. Dag Jr. was outstanding baseball player at Hazelton and Hazelton Area High School, outstanding basketball player, part of the state final team in 1993. and just and a proud Penn Stater, because he went on to play baseball at Penn State, and was part of their first Big Ten teams at Penn State too, and he got to have a serious career there. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of them get inducted. They're both well deserving, and as is the rest of the class.
Yeah, check out the rest of the class, and of course, periodically in the standard speaker. In fact, you said you even started with the first one. They will feature each inductee of this year's Hazleton Area Sports Hall of Fame class. It was fun looking back with Dave, but we're making more memories this summer with Little League All-Star tournaments. Here's the SSPTV standard speaker scoreboard. Ashland kicked off their pool play in District 24, the 10 to 12-year-old tournament, with a big win over Minersville. Peyton Grudy hit a 3-run home run in this game. He was 3 for 3, and so was Nolan Ryan. What a baseball name, right? Shenandoah, they lost to Pottsville in pool number 2. Shenandoah is 1-1 so far in the tournament. The Rail Riders scored a 3-2 victory over Lehigh Valley on Tuesday, and Cody Carroll and Brandon Drury were picked as reserves for the International League's All-Star team. The AAA game is July 11th, the All-Star game at 7 p.m. on MLB Network, as the International League takes on the Pacific Coast League. Javier Baez hit a grand slam, and the Cubs ended their losing streak against the Dodgers on Tuesday. A number of local softball players have been named All-State. Hazleton area pitcher Erica Book and teammates Marissa Trivalpiece, Tiana Treon, and Julia Morocco made the 6A team. Tamaqua pitcher Jada Shellhammer and the Lady Raiders Miranda Chinchar are on the 4A team. At the 3A level, North Schuylkill's pitcher Haley Bird and her teammate Skylar Osman were honored. Congratulations to all these players. What a season and what a sportscast. The sportscast is now over. Here's tonight's social news. Come enjoy a day at the ballpark and support the Luzerne County Child Advocacy Center. Tickets to the Rail Riders game as they take on Rochester on Sunday, July 15th at 1:05 p.m. are $12, and you could purchase them by calling 570-208-2895. And speaking of the Rail Riders University summer camps are coming up on the dates on your screen. Kids will learn from the team's manager, Bobby Mitchell, and former Major Leaguer Russ Kanzler, and more. Finally, the Hazleton Art League is hosting the Anthracite Arts Festival, a working class celebration, Friday, July 6th and Saturday, July 7th. For more information, visit the websites up on your screen. And that's tonight's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of the following: Stephen Wurst, the senior of Allentown, who was born in Freeland. The funeral and Christian burial were held last weekend in Allentown. James Schlack of Hazel Township. Friends may call today from 7 to 8 p.m. at the Hazel Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home in Hazelton. And Nancy Regina Koch of Beaver Meadows. A massive Christian burial is Saturday at 11 a.m. at Our Lady of Lourdes Church in Weatherly. Friends and family may call Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Frank J. Bonnet Funeral Home in Hazelton is handling the arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on SSP TV News, give us a call to win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner is Catherine Schock of Tamaqua. Call us now, 570-455-7267, extension 104. So I do have an announcement, and we'll have more information on this in the coming days. The Out of Left Field Hazleton Night Special at PNC Field in Music will be on the air on SSP TV this Monday at 8 p.m. We'll have more stories coming up from PNC Field right here on SSP TV News. Thank you for watching tonight, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.